Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Chitra Bhardwaj welcoming you all to this very beautiful journey of learning Sanskrit. In my earlier video, we have discussed about the structure of Rig Veda, and after that we discussed about the characteristics of Vedic mythology. In that particular series today, we are going to discuss the philosophy of Rig Vedic Samhita. So let's start the discussion. The philosophy of Rig Vedic Samhita. Almost a dozen of hymns in Rig Veda talks about or discusses the philosophy of Rig Vedic period. Here we need to understand what is actually the word philosophy means here. It is the philosophy about the creation of universe, that how was the universe created, when was it created, who was responsible for its creation, and in that particular discussion the hymns talks about the pantheistic idea of universal soul, which later on becomes a inseparable part of the literature, or say Upanishads also. So in that reason we should understand why the people started or the Shia started composing the hymn regarding the philosophy of the universe or philosophy of life. Here we need to understand why the philosophical quest starts in the mind, because when the rational thinking develops, it results into the discussion and the power of questioning becomes very important, and this results into the philosophical discussion, and that is how we even see in the Rig Vedic Samhita in the later period. Initial Vedic hymns are composed about the gods and their powers and all, but as the Rig Vedic Samhita proceeds with the time, we see the philosophical discussions takes a prominent place in that Samhita. Here we need to understand that two reasons were basically behind this philosophical quest. The first is that people of that time thought that there should be one single creator, sustainer and the destroyer of this universe, because in case they saw around themselves in the daily life also, in a household affairs also, if all the responsibility of the house is given to too many people, the chaotic situation prevails and the work is not done so properly. So likewise for the universe also, there has to be a single creator, sustainer and the destroyer who is responsible for this whole process. For this to understand in a better way, we can look into our system of government, where we see that Prime Minister is a central, holds all the power and is assisted with the Council of Ministers, who holds different departments and are answerable for those departments. Here also, that in Rig Vedic period, that Shia thought about one single entity who is responsible for the creation of the universe, its sustenance and its destruction as well. Next, about the next reason for this, that we said that there are two reasons. One is this, another is that there arose in a very early period doubt about the power of the gods, or say the individuality of the god, which resulted into the plural worship, where in a single sacrifice people start worshipping many gods. Here we see that in the second mandal or second book of Rig Veda, where Indra is the mightiest of the god, the most courageous of all the gods, is also questioned for his existence. And in the last hymn, hymn where Indra is asked, where the worshippers is asking a question, has anyone ever seen Indra? Here in this verse, in this hymn, Indra appears himself and proves his existence and assure people about his being there. So what does it proves that the people started questioning about the mightiest of all God, that is Lord Indra. And because this idea resulted into the plural worship also. We can see this approach or this bent of mind in the plural approach, plural worship of God, where in a single sacrifice people start worshipping many gods. This was a first phase, or say the primary phase, which resulted into the monotheistic approach, where they realized that there is no use of worshipping so many gods, because there has to be a single creator of this universe, or who is a single entity in holding the whole universe process responsible, who is responsible for holding all this process of universe. So in this light of this discussion or this reason, there we see three hymns which are there as a philosophical hymns and hold a very important and prominent position in Rig Vedic Samhita. Purush Sukta, or the hymn of cosmological man; Hiranyagarbha Sukta, a hymn of golden egg; and Nasadiya Sukta, the hymn of creation. Purush Sukta, or a hymn of cosmological man, is in the 10th book, and the hymn number is 90th, 90. The Hiranyagarbha Sukta, or the hymn of golden egg, is also in the 10th book, and the hymn number is 120th. Then the last one is Nasadiya Sukta, or the hymn of creation. Nasadiya Sukta, or hymn of creation, the number is, it falls in the 10th book, and the number of the hymn number is 129th. So this is the number that I thought that I should mention the numbers here, that where it falls in Rig Vedic Samhita as it is. So let's discuss about the Purush Sukta first. In the Purush Sukta, it is said that whole universe is created from the body of the cosmological man when he was given as a sacrifice in the primordial sacrifice. Here it is said that different classes of the society was made out of different parts of the body of this cosmological man, as it is said that from the mouth the Brahmin class was formed, and from the arms the Kshatriya was born, from the thighs the peasant class or Vaishya was born, and from the feet Shudra was born. So this is how the division of the classes from and its birth from the different parts of the cosmological man and Purush is described in Rig Vedic Samhita. Here we need to understand one very striking similarity between this cosmological man and the giant god as described in the primitive story of Babylonian, American or Nordic civilization, is that these civilization, or say American, Nordic and Babylonian, describes about the similar giant god as the same cosmological man here in the Purush Sukta. So there is a very much similarity between these two. Next in this discussion comes the Hiranyagarbha Sukta, or the hymn of golden egg. It is said in Rig Vedic Samhita that this golden egg floated around the emptiness and darkness for around an year and then broke into two equal halves, resulting into the heaven and the earth. And out of these two were formed. Heaven and earth was formed out of these two equal halves of this Hiranyagarbha, or the golden egg. It is very similar to the Big Bang theory of the scientists, where it is said that universe was made almost 13.7 billion years ago, and how it was made, that initially a hot dense ball of gases was there and it exploded. Big Bang happened and it exploded, and it exploded and resulted into two chemical elements, that is hydrogen and helium. And later on many other reactions happened, and which resulted in the formation of other chemical elements like oxygen, carbon, etc. This is the scientific approach, and it's very similar to this Hiranyagarbha Sukta explanation, where it is said the whole universe is formed out of a single golden egg. We can see the similarity between two. Here we need to understand in Hiranyagarbha Sukta, Hiranyagarbha is said to be the Prajapati, or say the creator of all. It is said that in the verse Hiranyagarbha samavartatagre bhutasya jata patire kasit sadadhara prithvim dhyamutema kasmai devaya havisha vidhema. Means that which god we should worship. The answer is the Hiranyagarbha is the god that we should worship, because he is the creator of this universe and he is the main sustainer of the universe, and he is the deriving force for this universe. It is said, Yasya chaya amritam yasya mrityu, means whose shadow is life and death. Death as well. Life as well as death. So here this concept of Hiranyagarbha is the one which is said to be the creator, sustainer and the destroyer of the universe. The next we are going to discuss here is Nasadiya Sukta. Here it is said that in Nasadiya Sukta, it is said, when there was nothing nor existent nor non-existent, when there was no air, no atmosphere, when there was nothing, then also there was one important thing, that was conscious, which was result of the intuition of the shears. This is very different in a sense that here we need to understand, it talks about some mystical experience that is far beyond the logical explanation. Reason being, it is said that when there was nothing, then also this consciousness was there that resulted in tapa, and it is said that this conscious is timeless and spineless, which prevails all the time. So what is this? If we discuss it in the light of science, that when this Big Bang theory was put forward, and after that their scientists were there who discovered microwaves and thought that these waves were there. When there was nothing, then also these waves were there. So in this Nasadiya Sukta also, the Vedic shears says that there was something which is timeless and spineless, which existed when there was nothing. So then the terminology is differently coined, but the basic idea of this Vedic shears and this scientist is quite similar to each other. If we see it in this Vedic hymns in the light of science, it's very similar to each other. That is how this Nasadiya Sukta says about the presence of life, and which is later on continued as a discussion in the Upanishads also and later literatures. Here in the Rigvedic philosophy, we need to understand the idea of rebirth and transmigration of soul is not as it is described in the later literatures like Upanishads and all. It does not find a good mention here in the Vedic hymns, because here the life after the death is there. It is said that when after the funeral, when a person's body, this mortal body is burned, then he takes another body and through which he travels to the next world or heaven. But they don't talk about transmigration of soul as such. They don't. Here there is no discussion about rebirth. So the idea and the concept is quite different. And here one thing is very important, that philosophy of Rig Vedic hymns basically revolves around the monotheistic approach. And out of those monotheistic hymns that talks about monotheistic hymns, the Nasadiya Sukta is considered to be the best, because it takes this discussion to a very different, or say higher level, where there is said to be one single entity being responsible for whole universe. Here one thing I need to even add, that in the this Rigvedic period, the good deeds or Sukrit holds a very important position, because those are praised very beautifully in the hymns by the Vedic seers. So this is all about the philosophy that the Vedic seer had in their mind, or compiled it in this Rigvedic hymns, and this gives a foundation to the later literature to discuss and take it to the another level, where the idea of Atma, Brahma, all these takes a very prominent position. So this is all for this video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel and do share your comments in the section below, and hit the bell icon so that you can get a timely update about the uploaded videos. Thank you.